Lagos has a language problem. Nigeria has over 300 tribes, languages, and dialects, and they're all represented in Lagos. We're coming from an era where the term waste, especially as it refers to household waste, was used to describe mainly organic matter. This type of material was suitable for landfill, especially in a city like Lagos where land was limited. This is not the case anymore. We live in a society where 50% of all waste by volume is plastic. What we know: plastic arrives on the beach from the city. What we have learned: value depends on the valuee. The valuee needs a definite description of goods to be able to determine its value, including standard dimensions and composition. In any transaction, there can be multiple values across the chain of events. And events in the chain can run parallel or concurrently to affect the outcome of a series of outcomes. Systems must be built from bottom to the top. Systems are complex, not complicated. The goal is to understand the current feedstock channels for recycled plastic and develop a framework to broaden these channels to accommodate general household plastic recovered from the communities of Lagos City, to create a cleaner environment for the city of Lagos. We should establish a methodology for handling household waste to improve its quality. Separation at source is the key. Each of us are in a unique position of responsibility. Plastic, used as a wrapper or container, is in its purest form when it is with us and has the best chance of being recycled. Once this goes into a bin or landfill, it becomes contaminated and very difficult to process. Therefore, it is our responsibility to ensure it can be recycled or processed by separating it from organic waste or other forms of waste like soil and dirt. It is our responsibility to identify commercial use cases, routes to market for plastic recovered from households and not presently optimized by waste pickers, e.g., materials such as polypropylene and laminates. We are asking, can they be recycled, used as factory feedstock, energy, building or construction materials? Sustainability is not a buzzword. It's the primary requirement for the continuation of life in our present environment. A city like Lagos, fast-growing, young demographic, it has so many challenges, from housing to infrastructure. It seems extremely wasteful to me to ignore resources at your fingertips. The average human being uses 87 kilograms of plastic a year. For a city of 20 million people, this is a staggering amount of waste, which should not be called waste. At that scale, it's a resource. Plastic can be recycled or repurposed. We dredge our rivers, constantly destroying our environment, in need for aggregate, for construction. The Netherlands, Singapore, India, and other such countries have already shown plastic can be recycled into aggregates for construction. It can be made into finishes for houses and building materials. Mandatory smart design for packaging means plastic can be recycled and reused for packaging of our food and other items, even if it is only just from a money point of view. We spend millions of dollars of scarce foreign exchange to import plastic to be used once only in our manufacturing industry. And of course, we import millions of tons of plastic in forms of wrapping and packaging and the items we import. We must recover the value available from this source. We need a new language. Plastic is not waste, and we need a new system to support the recovery of all this material. Recently in the news, we have heard about how PSPs are inundated with problems of their own: lack of infrastructure, resource limitations, costs of operations, and all for waste. We need to fix the terminology around this. As I say, if you're not paying for the infrastructure, then you are the infrastructure. We need a cultural shift that takes this into consideration and moves plastic from the waste stream into the mainstream. My name is Akintunde Disu. I'm an intersectional environmentalist and founder of Right on the Beach, an award-winning environmental project.